Grand Rising, everyone. I hope y'all are doing okay with this portal energy that we're literally like in the midst of the 7/7 Sirius Portal. For those of you who are not familiar with portals and other dimensions, planets, realms, all that stuff, stars, there are certain portals that open up. Think of it as Stargate, back in the day, that sci-fi movie. There are real portals that are here on the earth, as well as out in the universes. The door leads somewhere, always. The door is going to lead somewhere, even if we don't know. There is a portal there. So I wanted to share my experience yesterday that I had with a very dear friend of mine. Absolutely love him so much. I've known him for, I'd say probably since the beginning of the year now, but we're finally like getting to know each other on a more personal basis, which is really awesome. And I reached out to him on Facebook, sent a friend request over, and he like got back to me like right away. And then I don't remember if he reached out by phone or I did, but I don't know, something told me to give this guy a call. And so I'm like, we're talking on the phone, and I'm telling him last night, this was all yesterday, and I'm telling him last night, hey, I'm going to a hammock sound healing in Slow. You should come check it out, because I know you're on your journey. Every time I see you, your light shines brighter. So whatever you're going through right now, you're doing it, you're processing it. And he said, fuck yes. And then as soon as I said something about money, this is the problem that we have right now, is the mindset of, if I don't have the money for it, I'm not going to do it. Which I understand. I was there at one point. I was there. I worked dead-end job to dead-end job, had only 20% disability from the VA. And there were moments where I would rather spend my money on a substance that I thought was helping me, which is pot, over, getting the help I needed. So when I turned 40, like, my mindset on weed kind of changed. Like, I didn't quit completely, but I didn't smoke every day. So, my hair's itchy again. So, I understand everyone has their own journey, but as far as me and my experiences, that's one thing that I had to really cut out, because it wasn't serving me anymore. That's a part of the reprogramming in the paradigm, is actually like saying no more. So he opened up a little bit last night. He was telling me about a story. This was before the sound, or after the sound healing. But we went to the sound healing, and before, like, my energy was so scattered. Like, I had just gotten up from a really, really gnarly nap. I listened to my body and went and took a nap, and I think that was the hardest sleep I ever gotten, 2 hours, like, in a very long time. So when I woke up, I was really, really scrambled, and I remembered that I promised the hummingbirds that I was going to feed them, because that's what I do. I feed my hummies. And I had to make my own sugar water this week, because we were buying some from Amazon, but the box of hummingbird food went up from $5 to $11, and Grandpa's like, I'm not buying that anymore. I'm like, I don't blame you, Grandpa. You know why? Because I wouldn't fucking buy it either. I'm not going to pay $11 for 3 bags of fucking hummingbird food. No, I'm good. So I'm like, no problem, Grandpa. I'll make my own. So I made the hummingbird food, and I think I called him. I saw that he accepted my friend request, and I ended up calling him, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, just watching Final Destination with my roommate. And I'm like, well, hey, be mindful of that shit. That's scare tactic movie. But hey, I'm going to sound healing. Would you like to come? And he's like, fuck yes. And then as soon as I said money, he's like, no. And I'm like, hey, hon, I understand. Like, it's cheap. It's like $40 for a hammock. Let me go ahead and pay for your ticket. And he's like, okay, cool. So I finished the hummy food. get myself ready. Kind of like I felt like I was rushing. For whatever reason, I was rushing myself. Even though I know perfect place, perfect time, everything happens for a reason, divine timing. People are put in front of me to either slow me down or, get everything ready where it needs to be. So we're driving, and I finally finally get to slow, or pick him up, and then we get to the location of where we're having the healing, sound healing, and the door's not open yet. And we're just like, that's kind of weird. But before that, I think I was scrambling. I don't know. It's just been scramble energy. It's hard to like decipher like what I'm feeling when everyone else is feeling it as well. So we finally get into sound healing, and I got him checked in because I had bought him a ticket, but I RSVP'd through Meetup, which I wasn't supposed to do. Now, lesson learned, that I need to read the description and then click to purchase the ticket so that I know I have a hammock spot. But when I RSVP'd, I could have swore I did it for a hammock, but it didn't work. Turns out it all worked out in my favor. I ended up getting a hammock anyway because somebody had canceled, or they said they couldn't make it, so they had a spot open. So I got that spot, and my friend got the seat spot on the ground. And the last time I did this sound healing, was back in the new moon, which was, I think, last week or the week before. And it was quite profound. I was like really close to the singing bowl, so my energy, cosmic energy, it was all coming through, and it was just like a really beautiful moment. But yesterday, it was different because there were other people there as well that were, attuned to what's going on around us. And I could just feel this one person's energy. It's like it took them like forever to get to a comfortable position in their hammock without them making noises or coughing or sneezing or doing whatever they're doing. And I had forgotten to put my block up. I always put some kind of energetic block up, and I hadn't done it that time. I don't know why. So, I just accept it for what it is. I'm like, maybe I'm not supposed to like completely go through. Maybe this is for everybody else, and I'm just supposed to be there. Through my journey, like I'm realizing like sometimes it's not going to be for me. It's going to be for the other people around me, and that I just need to send my love out into that room or the universe or wherever, so then people actually like feel the love that they're supposed to receive and that they're worthy of receiving. 8-8. So I'm like, I took it as it is. Sound healing ended. I went to use the restroom, and I picked a spirit card. So the lady that hosts these, she'll bring a different deck of tarot cards or oracle cards with her, and at the end of the reading, we can pick whatever card that we want. And I picked my card, and I looked at it, and it was the Guardian, which is a protector, a Native American protector who has all these totems, the bear, the mountain lion, the fox, the wolf, the possum. I might be missing some, but the owl, you get the gist of it, like the main totems that he's surrounded by. And it was a reminder because I've been so like trying to keep myself protected, when really in all actuality, I should let part of that go because I am being protected. That was confirmation from that ancestor of mine that came through in that card, letting me know, hey, just a reminder, you are protected, you're doing well. And sometimes I don't feel that way, but it was a good reminder. And then my friend pulled an earth energy card, which was awesome because he's a Leo, and I think Leo is I think it's a fire sign. It's either a fire or an earth sign. I don't know. Regardless, it's an element of the earth. If it's fire or if it's earth, it's still earth. But his was really awesome. Like, it really went in tune with him and his journey. So I was like, okay, we're going to finish this up out at Montaña de Oro, because, you know, that's my favorite place, and there's a beautiful beach where I can connect the same way that I connect in a different area of our county. And so we went out there, and I'm like, make sure you set your intention, you know, do what the card says, take your time when you're walking, breathe in with one step, breathe out with another, and just walk with purpose and passion, and just do a walking meditation. Like, just surround yourself with where we're at right now, and I'm gonna go do my journey. So I connected with the water like I usually do, and he started walking, and then when we were ready, we reconnected, and we're on our way back to the car, and we see these flashing red lights, and we're like, oh shit, what is that? And it looked like a really old school ambulance. And, you know, it goes down through this curve, and then it comes up, and then it disappears out of sight. And then right behind it, here comes a fire truck. It disappears out of sight. So me, curious as it is, I'm like, okay, I wonder what's going on out there. Let's go find out. So we get in my car, and we drive in the direction that they're supposed to be, right? Supposed to be. We get all the way to the end. We did not see a single ambulance. We did not see a fire truck. We didn't see any red lights flashing anywhere. And from the street, you can see certain aspects of the road that go through this, go through the trail where you can see it's open. So if there was an ambulance out there, we would have seen the fucking flashing red lights. You'd think, right? You would think. So we drive to the end, and we turn around, and I'm like, this is weird. Where are they? Where did they go? And then I thought, well, maybe they went through the back access place to this location that we're near, and that has only private access. And then I was just like, but why would they be going this way? That's just really strange. And I swear it was like a portal, because just the drive home was different. The energy was different. Like, my friend and I we were still in sync with each other. We were still in tune with each other. But it just, the energy around it just felt like it shifted. And then I wake up this morning, and it's like calm and peaceful again. Or not again, but it's a different kind of calm and peace. And I really can't explain it. I just can't explain it. So y'all be very mindful of where you go and what you do today, because it is a 7/7 portal. Try not to think of any negative energies, negative thoughts, anything like that, because if you do and you're not ready for this shift that's coming, it's coming from Sirius, from my home planet, star, whatever. If you're not ready for this shift, guess what? You will be left behind. I hate saying it that way, but ever since I've been tuning into my psychic gifts, I keep getting 2025, which is 9, which is completion. And then I get a lot of loss. A lot of loss is going to take place. So I don't know. I've been kind of grieving since I found out that information in January. I've been grieving off and on about the loss that might occur. And I've already, the last few weeks, I have stepped into my true power, and a lot of loss has been taking place because people are afraid of love, or afraid of dropping their programs and paradigms, or whatever their reason is. Like I said, they're all on their own journey. Everything is as perfectly as it should be. But I'm just going to keep shining. I'm going to keep shining my light. I'm not reaching out to people anymore, because obviously they're on their own, and I cannot guide them if they're not willing to learn. And I understand the fact that, our journeys, like, there's elements where we have to do our journey alone in solitude, not solitude, not isolation, not loneliness. It's solitude. Because I call it solitude because of the fact that, we have the ability to connect to our souls, and that's how we get to know each other is by connection here in the heart space. But if you have, so that's the thing I'm learning too, but versus and if you have the ability to make that change and say enough is enough, then you're going to be on the right track. But I'm just going to continue to share my love and share my knowledge to those who are willing to listen, and just stand there with open arms when people that aren't ready to listen now will listen in the future. Like, I can't guide anybody by their hand, and I wish sometimes that I could, because I understand everything shouldn't always be alone. Like, we have to do work in solitude, but we also need to go out into the world and be around positive, like-minded people that are going to reflect that love back to you, because we are mirrors regardless, whether it be negative or positive thoughts. Our subconscious doesn't know the difference. So if you're in a state of lack or negativity or anything like that, guess what? That's what you're going to continue to bring in. And it's hard for some people to grasp, and that's okay on their own journey. But just know to the ones that are ready, like, I'm here. I'm always going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm healing to the point where I'm probably going to live a very fucking long time. I got at least another, I'm 42. So my great grandma Viv on my dad's side was 97 when she passed. So if I'm going to pass away around her age, guess what? I got another 55 years to go. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for a while. And I'm going to continue to shine my light. And as I said, I continue to shine my light. 1717 popped up. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, accept everything as it is. Everything is always perfectly as it should be. And those who are ready and willing, I'm here. As I always say, you do you, boo, and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm going to do a interactive 7/7 portal tarot reading with a friend of mine later. It's probably going to show the view of the cards and not us, because I don't know how he feels of me recording, because we haven't really spoke about it. But that is something that I'm thinking of doing, as long as I get an approval for my friend, because I respect his space and respect his journey. And if that's something that he's not ready for, he doesn't want to be on the his voice doesn't want to be on the camera, that's fine. Or I'll just do a collective reading when I get home later tonight. But stay tuned. Y'all, like I said, be strong. Treat yourself with care, love, kindness, patience, respect. And honor where you are in your journey, regardless of where you are, because you're doing fabulous. Keep going. I love you.